Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Good Sunday evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks for joining us. We begin news this Sunday from the crime beat as detectives here in the capital investigate 3 murders overnight, literally 4 hours apart. Police have no motive to follow in any of the homicides at this point. However, they're appealing to anyone with information to contact them. Our Altaviz Munnings covered both scenes last night and explains what police found in tonight's top story.
A long convoy of police vehicles lining Carmichael Road was the evidence that a serious matter was being investigated. When we arrived at the scene, a track road located near the intersection of Carmichael and Bacardi Roads, we were able to see a light flashing in the darkness. Several police officers perused the scene with their flashlights in tow. Head of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Paul Roll, then emerged to speak with reporters about their initial investigation. He confirmed that police fire services received a call shortly before 7 p.m. Saturday of a bush fire through a track road off Carmichael Road. But when firefighters arrived on the scene, they discovered that there was no bush fire, but a vehicle that was on fire, which was later extinguished. And that's when a gruesome discovery was made.
There were 2 bodies in the vehicle burnt beyond recognition. One was in the front seat, passenger seat, and the other in the rear seat. One of them appeared to be a female and one appeared to be a male as it stands right now, but of course we'll have to wait the autopsy in order to confirm whether or not that is in fact so.
Now, it wasn't easy getting to the actual scene, but when we arrived, we saw 2 body bags with the victims inside about to be removed by morticians. Each body was placed on a gurney and left in separate vehicles. Superintendent Roll confirmed that this incident has been classified as a murder.
The vehicles appeared to have been placed there. Did not seem to have a hood on the vehicle, so it's possible that somebody drove it and dumped it there.
And it looks like that happened today, or did it happen a few days ago? Too early to tell?
The fire was today. The only thing in the bag there right now is a smoldering human remains on the vehicle, so it's unable to say. We know that the fire occurred. Unable to say whether or not the persons would have been killed today, unless they were killed in the fire. That we have to wait for the autopsy.
Police believe the car, also burnt beyond recognition, was either a Dodge Stratus or Avenger. However, while detectives continue their initial investigation, they're sending out an urgent appeal to anyone with any information on these double murders to contact them immediately.
If anyone have seen today Dodge vehicle being towed on a wrecker in the Carmichael Road area, then I would hope that they would give us a call so we could follow up on that.
About 4 hours later, around 10 o'clock Saturday night, detectives were called to Thompson Lane, that's off East Street, to investigate another murder. According to Superintendent Roll, police learned that gunshots were heard through a track road between Thompson Lane and Strawn's Corner.
Upon arrival at the scene, they met a male suffering from apparent gunshot wound to the upper body. The EMS responded to the scene where they announced the male deceased. Acting on information, officers pursued 2 suspects to the Sunlight Village area, where they cornered both males in an abandoned building, and officers moved in, where they apprehended both of those suspects and recovered a firearm, which we believe is linked to this latest homicide. We assure the Bahamian people that whether they burned beyond recognition or whether they shot and left for dead, the Bahamas police is still one of the best, if not the best in the region, and we've been able to solve them.
Now, police say this murder victim, whom they believe is a resident of Strawn's Corner, was reportedly shot multiple times about the body. And police credit information received from the community in quickly apprehending the suspects. Once again, police make an urgent appeal to anyone with information on these cases to call them as soon as possible. Altaviz Munnings for the ZNS News Network.
Our news team went to the Thompson Lane area this morning just hours after a young man was gunned down and killed there on Saturday night. Officer in charge of the Urban Renewal Office in the Centerville constituency, Inspector Ricardo Richardson, paid a special visit to the home of the victim's grieving family.
This is something that we at the Urban Renewal, we try to make this a practice. Anytime something happens within the community, we go out and visit those victims of crime and let them know that, listen, you know, the police are with you. You're not only going to see the police when you do something wrong or when we come to lock up one of your children, but we also have your well-being at heart. And as a part of the community, you know, this is a community where I born and grow. And so it's like family. And there's nothing like when these things touch home. You know, we hear these things happen all around us, but you know, when it's touch home, it's a totally different thing. And so I just went to them to, you know, give them my condolences and to say to them that, you know, whatever it is we here at the Urban Renewal can do to assist them, to feel free and just call on us.
Investigations are also continuing into those double murders on Camp Road last Monday. Authorities confirmed that 17-year-old Audric Talusma and 40-year-old Amati Knowles, both of Camp Road, were killed in that incident. CDU Chief Superintendent Paul Roll confirmed to reporters last night that detectives are following several leads into those double murders. He praised Nassau Village residents for providing them with the vital information they need to probe this case.
They have come forward to us and have helped us since then to recover 2 firearms. So we know that on the Monday we had recovered 2, and again today residents in that community contacted us and we were able to go there and recover another .40 pistol, which we believe may have been involved with the incidents on Monday.
Now, police confirmed on Saturday night that they captured 21-year-old Rashad Clark of Montgomery Street in Flamingo Gardens in connection with the Camp Road double murders. Detectives are now searching for the second suspect, identified as 21-year-old Cornelius Roberts of Hope Gardens, Nassau Village. Police describe Roberts as standing 6 feet 1 inches tall with a brown complexion and medium build. Superintendent Roll is appealing to the family of the suspect to turn him in.
We believe that Cornelius has some injuries based on our intelligence, and I appeal to the family if they don't want to face the music for their actions of taking care of him, because there's no way he can survive there on his own. Somebody has to help him. And so if his family knows where he's at, they know how to reach me, and I'm asking them to give me a call and then let him come and answer for his deeds.
Police were also called to another shooting incident last night on Prison Lane. That's off East Street. According to reports, the incident reportedly occurred around 10 o'clock last night and resulted in a 21-year-old male victim being shot to the neck. Authorities confirmed that he was taken to hospital where he is detained in critical condition. Police are once again appealing to members of the public who may have any information regarding this incident to contact police. Central Detective Unit officers arrested a third person in connection with the murder of 42-year-old Javon Glinton of Cordo Avenue. The 28-year-old male resident of Cordo Avenue was taken into custody around 5:14 this morning. According to reports, it was around 9:44 p.m. last week Wednesday, when Glinton was reportedly standing in front of a Cordo Avenue residence when he was allegedly approached by the occupants of a silver vehicle. It is reported that a male exited the vehicle and allegedly fired gunshots, resulting in Glinton being shot to the upper body. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police are also questioning a 24-year-old Bahamian male and a 32-year-old female believed to be a Jamaican national in connection with this incident. The Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas celebrating a milestone today. The Bahamas Radio Network is observing its 77th anniversary, covering the Bahamas like no other. The BCB originated as a state-owned radio service in 1937, some 15 years after radio broadcasting began in North America and in Britain. One of the main motivations for the service was to provide hurricane warnings to the Family Islands. A worship service was held this morning at Faith United Missionary Baptist Church on Blue Hill Road South to commemorate the anniversary. ZNS Chairman Reverend William Thompson, General Manager Edwin Lightbourne, and Director of Radio Stanley Pinder reflected on the success of the ZNS Radio Network.
We are proud of what we're doing at ZNS, but we know it takes a lot more work to keep us where we are. We can feel the steps of those behind us coming. So we have to really pick up our steps to do more than we're doing now.
We thought it fitting to start this celebration by thanking the Almighty. I also want to thank all of the former staff members on whose shoulders we stand, and also staff, past and present. They've been doing an excellent job so far.
We've been here through all the events, wherever it is, from majority rule up to the 40 years of independence, we've been here. And so what we're going to be doing this week is just highlighting some of these things. We're going to be going downtown tomorrow morning, where we can be talking to some of our former broadcasters about things that happen in ZNS, how ZNS impacted their lives.
Now, today's sermon was delivered by Bishop Simeon Hall. He called on all those responsible to be fair to all employees, regardless of their political position.
ZNS, in its 77 colorful years, has had some high points and some low points. It is superfluous to say the workers of any institution can break or make that institution. On this special day, I ask all those responsible for ZNS to be fair to all the employees, regardless of their political position. And then those of you who are sons and daughters of this vineyard must do the man's job and put aside your own agenda.
In the House of Assembly last week, Minister of State for Finance, the Honorable Michael Halkitis, said the government's mortgage relief plan was never intended to pay off people's mortgage. He confirmed that the homeowners bill will assist homeowners facing extraordinary circumstances due to chronic illness, unemployment, or underemployment, which has resulted in serious mortgage arrears or risk of home foreclosures. While only a handful of homeowners have received assistance so far, Minister Halkitis is optimistic that the numbers will grow. The government consulted with a number of banks to assemble this mortgage relief program. Bahamian-owned Commonwealth Bank fully supports the government's intention of helping Bahamians everywhere, although President Ian Jennings recognized there could be some challenges.
The challenge for the government in a non-market environment, which is really what they're trying to do, to address the problems with customers who are in distressed mortgage properties, requires a vast amount of money that the government just does not have. And it's trying to blend the available resources with what can be meaningfully done. And I guess people say that politics is the art of the possible, and it's really trying to balance that. But as the CBA has said several times, unless we get a lot more new jobs, get a lot of our customers employed so they're getting more income coming into the economy, then we're not going to be in a position, or the customer's not going to be in a position to alleviate themselves of their distressed mortgages.
The Commonwealth Bank president admitted, though, that the Bahamians need to be more educated on consumer lending.
The challenge for this generation is, and for us, is how to educate our customers to manage their affairs, so that not every day is a good day. I mean, I think that was what the recession of 2008 taught us, that so many of us were living at a level because we always expected the next tip and the next salary was going to be as good as the last one, and we borrowed to that capacity. Now we find out that that's a foolish way to live.
Commonwealth Bank announced that it will relocate its Oaksfield branch operations to a new temporary location next month. It's been nearly a week since fire damaged the Oaksfield branch, forcing its closure. That branch was one of two locations offering Saturday banking. And as a result of the fire, bank officials announced that Saturday banking will now be relocated to its Prince Charles Drive branch. Saturday banking at its Golden Gates branch will continue as usual. Commonwealth Bank President Ian Jennings, in a statement, said the company has identified a temporary site on Thompson Boulevard and anticipates it be operational by mid-June. And when we come back, Andros residents concerned about the issues facing their community. That story and more coming up.